Hare Krishna Soul Family, once again I welcome you to God's Messenger channel, and this is God's channel. And today I'm going to share with you all about my testimony. Okay, there are many testimony uh, in my life. There are many experiences in my life which I like to share with you all. And let's start. Okay, I have, like, in my household, I don't connect with anyone. Okay. Yes, I connect with my father, but not that extent. At some extent, yeah, I do connect with my father, but I don't connect with anyone. Okay, other than that. And today I like to share with you all about my journey. Okay, when I was in this spiritual journey, whatever the God has given me, okay, God has kept me in isolation, in wilderness. Okay, and I was not that connected with my parents, also with anyone else, and God was creating such an environment in my life that no one can come to my house. Also, that was my environment. Okay, when I was having those intense spiritual awakening, God didn't allow any of my relatives, any of the neighbors, any of the person in my house, okay, or in my aura. If some of them were coming also, but they were not, they can't reach to me. Okay, I was in that kind of isolation phase before. Yeah, when I was not in my spiritual awakening journey, at that time God is saying you all that everyone was coming to my house. Okay, yeah, people came to our house, relatives also, and they love coming to our house. Okay, but after awakening, God has put a stop to everyone. And I remembered that when I was in this intense spiritual journey, whenever God was giving me an instructions about something or the other, there was one person, okay, who God always chooses for me. Always, always, always. Whenever there is an God's instruction related to my twin flame journey or any of those things, okay, there is one person. God is saying that there is one person in my life that is, like, God has chosen that person to help me. Okay, yes, I do need some boundaries with that person also, but God, out of everyone, out of my parent, out of my relatives, out of my friend circle, out of everyone, God has chooses that one person in my life who God has chosen that person to help me. Okay, and I'd like to say that when God chooses that person in my life to help me. Now I will say you. Whenever there is a God's instruction, God will send that person to me to help me. Okay. No matter whatever work is going on in that person life, whatever is going in that person life, God will choose that person. God will select that person. Okay. Actually, what had happened that God has chosen that person. Okay, when I was in that twin flame journey, and I have to remove that soul contract, God has given me instruction and all those instruction. Now there was the time where I have to implement that instruction, and I need that person help. Okay, and God was recommending me that person. Okay, you should you should contact that person. God was telling me, and I contacted that person, and that person said okay. And I called that person to my home, and so that person said that I was coming to you, but uh, I was waiting for the car. Okay, I was waiting for the vehicle, because that person house is little far from my home. So that person said that I was waiting for the car, and yes, the car came, and that car was his son's car. Okay, and that car came, and she has told her person earlier that I will also go with you. Okay. uh, my that person has told his son that I will also be in your car tomorrow. Okay, so that person's son was going to town. Excuse me, God bless us. And my that person was also asking him for a lift. Okay, for asking her son for a lift to town. So that person said okay, okay, at that night. uh, and after, when that night was gone and the morning happened, okay, and when she was like dressed up, and now she was about to come, about to get a lift from his son, that son said that I was coming, like that her son said that I was coming to pick you up, but my friends needed help at the same time, so now I am with my friend. Okay, and there is no seat for you, her son said that. And because she was not able to come in the another car, because it was not available at that time, so she was now that, but that God is saying you all that particular day was the day which was the divine day. Okay, for me, divine, whatever the day was, it was very much special, or it was very much needed divine day for me, and she have to come to me. Okay, to fulfill that assignment whatever God has given me. And she said that she was praying to God that now how will I reach to me. Okay, so at that very moment, one of his friend came with the bike. Okay, and then the friend stopped in front of her, and then whoever was the passenger in the car, they were also still there only. So they, one of the passengers said that, passenger means that is her son's friend. Okay, said that I will be going with my friend in the bike, and you can come and sit in the, you can take a lift, okay, from this car, you can sit here in my place. So out of nowhere, that car uh, person get out from that car. Okay, get away from that car, and he was in that bike, and now he was giving that one place to my person, okay, which God has ordained to help me. So that person now have that seat, okay, in the car. Now she can come to me. Okay, first she have to get to that town, and then she will get that another car. She have to um, transition out of another car. Okay, Mm, transition to another car, and then she can come to my house. Okay, and it was, it was so much miracle. She also said that everyone was sitting in the car, and car was about to move. Just then the bike came, and then one of the passengers said that I will go with that bike person, because that bike person and that person was friend to each other. So that friend get away from that car, okay, come out from that car and then to the bike. And that person said to my god ordained helper, destiny helper, to sit in that car in that very moment, very day, okay. And the other car was not available at that day, at that particular day. So it was just a miracle, just the god blessing, okay. And then she arrived in my house safely. Okay, that was the whole situation, okay. Yeah. And yeah, so god has chosen that. And I would like to say that who is that person? You may be thinking that who is that person. That person is my bua. Like in Nepali we call fupu, in Hindi it's bua, and in English it can be aunt, or maybe it is like paternal aunt. Yeah, paternal aunt, it is like something like that, okay. So she came to me, and then we fulfilled, okay. Anyhow, I fulfilled god given assignment, and whenever I need help, god sent that person to me. And being in the isolation, being in the wilderness, okay, nobody, I was in one day, okay, in one season, in the particular another season, okay. I'm talking about another season. So at that season I was in wilderness, I in isolation. There was nothing, no one, okay. I was not connecting with my own parents, no one else. And I was, god was, when I get into my house at that particular day, to the end of the, okay, it was, year, it was a year drawn process, okay. In the end of the year, my paternal aunt, that aunt came to me, okay, because at that time I was not connecting with my own parent. I had no one, okay. God was giving me this, god was giving me isolation season, wilderness season. There was no one to, communicate or to talk to my. And I was not connecting with my parents also, and there was no one, literally no one, no friends, no. God was giving me total isolation. But god is not that rude, god is not that, very very strict god, no. You know what happened? God sent me that paternal aunt, okay. And it is so much surprise, as being an introvert, okay. I'd like to say that introvert, okay. So as being an introvert, my energy don't connect with my own parent, own friends, not no one else. But whenever my energy connect with that particular person, okay, that particular friend, uh, I will connect it so faster, and it will be, so much happiness, okay. Everything will be so nice. I can't connect with everyone, but whenever I connect with that particular special persons, that is like, you know other time I would be like, sitting in one place and not talking with anyone, okay. God will create that situation that I will not talk with anyone, I don't have that interest to talk with anyone. But with that particular god chosen people, I can relate, okay. I can talk to them, I can connect very much easily. And one of that person is my paternal aunt, like, with her, what I feel like, she is 60 above, okay. And whenever I am with that paternal aunt, I am like, I am like giggling, laughing, I am in the high vibration mode. I just love to talk, I just love to talk. I just be so happy. Okay. And you know what? I was thinking that as being in this spiritual journey, okay, as being this kind of person, this kind of, divine chosen one, I think that if if I am connecting with that particular person, that particular person could have to be something like just like me, but do you know that what who is like my paternal aunt and all? My paternal aunt, she also consumes alcohol and non-vegetarian, and she is like, her name, I usually, tag her like international news giver, okay? Because like she's like, she has every kind of knowledge about everyone in this entire, relatives, within our relatives. She have every masala, okay? She have every kind of stuff, okay? She knows everything about everyone, and she will, like, basically she will, send all of the news, here news to there news to here, okay? She is like that person. And but okay, I usually think, okay, I basically, whenever I am free, I used to think that if I am this god chosen one, then why my energy is matching, connecting with those kind of person who is like complete opposite, okay? And yeah, I know that opposite attracts, but she is like complete opposite of me, okay? Complete. And God was saying to me that if God is choosing someone to help me, that person, it is not important that person should be the divine soul, or that person should be complete pure. God can choose. God is saying you all, God can choose anyone to help you. God can even choose narcissists to help you out. God can even choose psychopaths to help you out. God can choose anyone to help you out. Okay, God can choose anyone, but God is saying that it should have to be that God's instruction, okay? And there should also have to be some kind of boundaries. But I think whenever I am free, I contemplate in my mind that I usually used to think like, I think that if I am this kind of person, okay, God chosen one, then I have to, attract those kind of person, who is just like me. And God is like, if you will attract just like you, that is so much boring, okay? Sometimes you also have to attract the opposite of you, okay? But somehow or the other, God is helping you all with, the person who you have never thought they could help you, okay? And yeah, God can choose anyone to help you out. That was the message today. That was my testimony. And you know what? My paternal aunt, whoever she is, whatever she is, okay, whatever her behavior, whatever her characteristics, whatever the thing is, but it is my saying that I don't usually connect with anyone, but when I connect with the person, that person is, I usually think that person is very much special person. I know that she is in 3D matrix. She is having her own life purpose, own life assignment, and she is in her own season, okay? And I also do believe this, that if for an example, if there is a mango tree garden, okay, if there is a mango tree garden, then some mangoes are ripened, Some mangoes are not ripened, they are raw, still raw. That doesn't mean that they are not mangoes. They have some that their own season to get ripened. They have to go through process to get ripened. Okay. And everyone has own journey, own purpose, own lessons, own assignments. And I'd really like to bless my paternal aunt. And if you do have this kind of connection with your any kind of whoever God is telling you to or showing you, I'd like to bless them with my core of my heart. God bless them. God bless you all. And yeah, this is the thing. And yeah, I know that God has chosen that person to help you. That doesn't mean you should, you know, not be in boundaries. You should loosen your boundaries. It's not like that. You can